Hey, what's going on? Derek Blackman here. How you doing? Hopefully you had a good Christmas and a happy holidays. Sorry I've been gone for quite a while as well. Been pretty busy dealing with a lot of stuff behind the scenes. I've also been doing a lot of covers. I actually just released one very recently, My Immortal by Evanescence. I'm so tired of being here, suppressed by all my childish fears. But I wanted to close this year off right with a couple of Twitter trashes. Going to do this one right here, and then I'm going to do one with the Snark Tank Boys and the next few days, so look out for that as well. But before we get into the spicy tweets that I've collected, I gotta give a shout out to today's sponsor, and that is ExpressVPN. Hey you, I see you. You don't have a VPN still. You're online and you're just being like, I can do whatever I want. No, you're risking everything. People like hackers could steal your data. ISPs can sell your data, and who wants that? And most importantly, you can be subject to a DDoS attack. But fear not, ladies and gentlemen, ExpressVPN is here to save the day. A VPN is a virtual private network that creates a secure tunnel between your device and the internet. Basically, your data will be encrypted when that sweet behind is online. Two main reasons why I use ExpressVPN is so hackers can't punk me like this fool sitting in the cafe. And most importantly, their unblocking feature is a godsend. I know all of you have Netflix, and it is absolutely asinine that Rick and Morty isn't available for US users. But with ExpressVPN, all you have to do is switch to a server that has it available like the UK, hit refresh, and then bam, you're watching Rick and Morty now. And that's just one show you can watch out of thousands just by switching your location to a different country. ExpressVPN is highly praised by all the savvy internet gods, and it's less than $7 a month and has a 30-day money-back guarantee. So go to expressvpn.com/SBG to get 3 free months off a 12-month subscription. You can't beat that, baby. That's expressvpn.com/SBG. The link's in the description below. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into these trash tweets.
Supreme victory!
So this first tweet is really upsetting because there's just this weird thing that has propped up right kind of recently about being fatphobic. If you're fat and you want to just be a little bit healthy, you want to lose weight, you want to just do something right, to feel better. And for some reason that's an attack on all fat people that are just like, want people to accept obesity. Lizzo, girl, why? It was inevitable. The industry is so violent towards fat women. Of course she was going to submit to toxic diet culture. It was only a matter of time. And then she went on a tirade, just large threads. She just kept going and going, and it's like, whoa, this is kind of nuts. You need to calm down, lady. So for the small few of you that don't know, Lizzo is a recording artist that is very large, and she flaunts it quite a bit. It's pretty obnoxious, to the point where she even went to a Laker game with her ass just hanging out, and it's like, people were giving her shit because obviously you don't dress like that at a Laker game. It's like, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? It has nothing to do with you being fat. Like, even a hot, thin chick, if she was doing that, people would be like, okay, yeah, that looks nice, but why are you doing that? So Lizzo, she's been eating like trash. The pandemic's getting to her as well. Like, a lot of us they haven't been the healthiest. Some people have been very healthy, but a lot of people haven't been healthy, including myself. So she was having extra acid reflux and GERD. So then she decided to go on a diet, a juicing diet for like a week or something, just so she can feel better, get back to her normal fat state. And that was the thing that triggered this lady and a bunch of other people, where it was trending and it got really big to the point where Lizzo had to come out and say something. She was like, yo, I'm just trying to feel better. Like, I'm cool with myself. Y'all need to chill. But you know what? It shouldn't even be a problem if Lizzo came out and said she wanted to lose like 100 pounds or something. She was like, you know what? I'm not feeling good. I need to shed some weight. And people should be like, cool. Yeah, that's great. You're going to feel much better. You're going to get rid of that acid reflux. That's dope. Congratulations. And it's just so sad that there's this fat activism thing at all. And I've talked about this before. I've talked about it with Adele, when, you know, Adele lost a bunch of weight and she's very thin now, looking very healthy. I'm sure she feels fantastic, because when I have a few extra pounds on me, when I have extra 10, 20 pounds on me, I feel it. I feel the extra weight. It feels strenuous. I feel slower. I don't feel good. When you're thinner, you feel better. That's just how it works. Our bodies don't like all of that extra fucking fat on us. And so it is nice to promote a healthy lifestyle, right? And they're acting like people are being crucified, you know, for being fat or something. Like, it's they won't come to terms with that. It has much more to do with their health than their appearance. It sucks when people act like this isn't in someone's best interest, you know, like kind of like we would do the same thing when somebody is just bone thin, when they're anorexic, you know, or they have some type of, you know, eating disorder on that side of the spectrum, where it's like, yo, man, you're dangerously underweight and we're worried about you. We don't want you to perish. Remember, your organs, they need fat. They need more nourishment. They're going to shut down. And the same thing happens when there's too much. They shut down as well. Gaming is not a boys' club. Gaming is not a boys' club. Gaming is not a boys' club. And so on and so forth. I love when they try to pretend it is. Who is they? Who are these people? Are you talking about like some greasy Reddit users that no one gives a shit about? Because this isn't that isn't the sentiment. This isn't what's, you know, the aura that, or the main social acceptable thing. Like, gaming is just, you just play games. Who gives a shit? And I've mentioned this before as well, that men that play games love women who play games, because then they get to share something. It's common. Oh, hell yeah. We have something in common that we both love. And this is really great. And we can share it with each other. We can play games with each other. That's dope. I don't know guys that are like, ew, you play games and you're a woman? I don't know those people. And those people are weird. They're probably a couple of steps away from, you know, shooting up a school or something. I don't know those people. My teen daughter just asked me if Latinx, or Latinx, however you pronounce it, is a race or ethnicity. I told her to read chapter 7 of my book, Race and Racism, so we can have an informed discussion. I honestly thought this was a parody account. I looked at the picture, looked at this in the tweet, and I'm like, oh, that's cute. You know, there's a lot of parodies of these type of, you know, a lot of them exist, right? And sometimes people fall for them. But you know, this is a real person, and I'm just like, you are so shitty. I understand. Look, I somewhat understand if a total stranger asked you about this, right? Then you'd be like, well, go read my book. Like, fuck off. That's what my book's for. This is your daughter. Tell your daughter and have a discussion with her. You're gonna force her to read your book? I bet you made her fucking pay for it too, man. So, of course, every episode we gotta make fun of Paul Joseph Watson. He says a lot of dumb stuff all the time, usually on purpose to provoke people. You know, there's a lot of trash human beings that just love that type of attention. They love negative attention. I understand when you're playing like a heel in pro wrestling, but in real life, it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Paul has this weird obsession with cheese. He keeps putting cheese on everything. And I love cheese. I love cheese. Cheese is great. But I put it on things that go well with it. There's certain things that don't go well with it. And he has some stir-fried rice here, and I'm not so sure it would mix very well. I know rice, some rices, like say plain rice or maybe some Spanish rice, can go well with beans, cheese, and some rice. Put in a tortilla, and you got yourself a BRC. Good stuff. But he puts it on everything. He even put it on which looks like salmon and some mixed vegetables, and I'm just like, bro, what are you doing? But then he always has to put a signature like libs owned or libs mad or something, just kind of being very provocative. And it's like, dude, I can't imagine being as old as him and doing shit like this. It's like, what do you that shit ain't sexy, bro, man. That's why you ain't married. That's why you're alone. CW, ableist slurs. I don't know how many times I gotta say this. Stop using ableist slurs in my mentions. So maybe this isn't about CW? I don't know what that stands for then. Cum wieners? Car wax? Cum wieners? Anyway, she wants you to stop using, and my brain kind of malfunctioned at first because with these asterisks, I couldn't just read them fast. I had to figure out what they were at first, but it's like crazy, stupid, idiot, dumb, retard, lame, insane, etc., etc., etc. I'm just gonna block you without warning. Imagine hanging around that person. Imagine going to a party with them, or just anything at all. It would probably be the worst time ever. That is so incredibly sad. You gotta like really walk on eggshells to be around this person. And I'm just like, what damaged you? What happened? Why are you so fucked up? One more day until I get the vaccine. And it shows a nurse or a medical personnel that has these, marks on their face from wearing them and constantly having to wear them, and, understandably. And then this gentleman, and I say that very loosely, replies, "It was a difficult fab, but something about the look of existential despair mixed with the subtle loathing managed to push me over the top. 6 out of 10.
That boy ain't right."
My father turned 90 and wanted to do a photo shoot to be posted on social media even though he isn't on it. First of all, that's a lie. He definitely didn't ask you. You asked him. If he's not on social media, why would he give a fuck about being on social media? But I gotta say, the pictures are very nice. He looks very lovely, just sprightly, smiling, cheesing with a nice dog, so it's a good photo. But then this one person replies and tries to ruin the moment. I want to like these photos, but I need to know who they voted for president and what they were doing during the 60s. Now, of course, I rolled my eyes at that. I'm like, that's ridiculous. Like, you're being silly. It's just a photo. Just like the moment and move on. But then it got me thinking, like, what if she was right, though? What if she was like, I just want to make sure that you're chill. And, like, say for an example, for, like, a scenario, this lady that posted the photos, she has a black boyfriend, and then brings him over for the first time, introduced to the grandpa, and then he's just growling. He's just he's just scowling, and then he dies because he couldn't handle it. Like, the hate was just too much for him.
That boy ain't right.
I thought this was pretty funny, so she went ahead, put the GOP raging war on anime avatars. I am registering as a Republican. An obvious joke, of course, but you got some Republican organizations quote tweeting this shit like, "Welcome aboard! Welcome to the Republican Party. Bernie Sanders would have won the nomination, but the Democratic Party stole it from him twice." While this is true, that doesn't mean that the RNC isn't trash. And then good old PragerU.
I will club to death all teachers who teach global warming.
Always jumping in with the hot takes. You gotta love good old PragerU.
Imagine for a moment a world in which there was no murder or theft. This would drive me mad. I like murder. I like to kill people for fun.
I got one last one for you guys. Just wanted to share this tweet because it's not necessarily trash, but it gives hope to the nice guys, the nice dudes that, that have paid their dues. We rejected men who were going to make us wives for guys who made us single mothers. Men are not trash, but our taste for men is trash. Dear men, we are sorry. Good to hear it. Awesome. I'm glad that these hoes are finally learning. Good on ya. Well, that's gonna do it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate y'all very much. So, got the next one that's gonna be coming out pretty soon. I'm excited to do it. We're always trying to do it annually, so not anally, annually. But yeah, I want to give a huge shout out to my mega sexy patrons, my hardest of our patrons. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this crazy ass journey. Y'all take care, keep killing it, and I'll see you in the next video very soon.